Take number, I don't know how many. If you're watching this video, you've already seen the title. And you're probably wondering, maybe you have an idea of what the answer to the question is. Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. This is a question that I was asked for a Q&A, I don't know how long ago, but I purposely avoided answering it. I chose not to answer it. And today, I've realized that I am not okay with that. I'm not okay with myself for doing that, and I'm not happy with myself for doing that. I am Alan Mandic, the Hot Rod Hippie, and by the end of this video, you'll probably understand that name a little bit better. The question is a simple one. What do I hate about the automotive industry? I bet when this question was asked, it was meant in a lighthearted fashion. Maybe some young person looking for some information about what they were trying to get into. I don't know at this point. I know how I took it when I read it. I knew what my answer was, so I avoided it. I avoided it because I was afraid of the audience. I was afraid of losing followers, of hurting my growth, and that is not okay. I was afraid for selfish, stupid reasons. What do I hate about the automotive industry? I hate the racism, the sexism, the homophobia, and the transphobia. I hate the hate. I've been in the auto industry for 15 years now. As a dealership auto tech, as an auto tech at a smaller shop, as an auto restoration technician, as a fabricator, and as a tool distributor selling tools to mechanics and auto techs. I've held far more jobs than I care to admit. The shortest period of time I've stayed at one shop was 6 months. The longest was 4 years. In only one of those jobs, one, did I not experience these problems. One of the things that I've found with this that I really don't like, and that I, in hindsight, dislike about myself, is how readily people seem to present this stuff around me. I'm a straight white man working in this auto industry in a blue-collar job. I guess they just assume that I'm going to go with it. And I haven't done enough to dissuade people of that. I haven't agreed with them, but by not disagreeing with them, I basically was agreeing with them. I was letting them assume without correcting them. Mind you, not every job I've held has it been the boss or the management, the other employees. Many of them it has, but not everyone. When it's been the customers, what do? Especially when it's not my shop. I can't kick a customer out because they're being homophobic, and I'm not okay with it. But I can tell you folks, I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with the way that it seems so prevalent to me. And maybe you're out there right now thinking that I'm overblowing things and that I'm wrong and that you haven't experienced this. And if that's the case, I'm happy for that if you haven't experienced it. You see, I've been there after a black man applied for a job and his resume got thrown out as soon as he was gone. When a Hispanic man applied for a job and as soon as he left, the question started flying about, does he even have a social security number? Well, there's an application right there with it on it. It doesn't matter if it's just a joke. It's not a joke you would make about me. I've been told that, we've hired women in the past, but they just didn't work out. They just didn't know what they were doing, or they took too long to learn, and it wasn't a good fit. I've known plenty of guys who couldn't pick it up. I've known plenty of guys who didn't have enough knowledge coming in and needed to learn on the job. I didn't have enough knowledge coming in and needed to learn on the job. That's how you learn. And I can only wonder if they didn't just need a helping hand that they didn't get because they were a woman. I told a story on TikTok and Instagram of a time that I regret. I'll tell you now. About 5 years ago, I went to a Napa to pick up parts for a job. And there was a guy in front of me. I was waiting, old timer, and he was checking out. The guy behind the counter asks him, "Are you a member of our rewards program?" The guy says no. So the cashier does his job. He starts to give the spiel. "Well, if you join the rewards program, I can save you money on this purchase right here, and going forward," the guy stops him. "Whoa, whoa, whoa." And the guy, I am not paraphrasing, I am not embellishing, the man says to the cashier, "I'm not joining anything except maybe the pointy hat pajama group." He had no problem saying that in front of me. And I did not do the proper thing. I did not dissuade him of that thought. And you may be sitting there thinking that it's not your job to do that. Not your job to educate him or tell him off or whatever. It's not proper of you to do that. I don't feel good about the fact that I didn't. That's all that matters to me. I'm not going to claim that I've always been a righteous person. When I was younger, I grew up around hearing people say things that I would not deem okay today. And I said jokes and things that I regret so much. I hate the person that I was when I was a teenager. But I can't change that. I can move forward and I can be a better person today. And I can tell you folks that I hope you are better people than I was. I didn't want to make this a long video. I just can't not answer it any longer. It's how I feel. Maybe you feel and experience entirely different things out there. I hope you do. I really hope you truly do. But I want you to think about your interactions that you have had and ask yourself if you really haven't experienced it, if you really haven't seen it, and if you're okay with it. I hope we can all be better people. I needed to say this. I needed to tell you my truth. What I hate about the automotive industry. That's it.